It's time for your statewide Alabama weathercast.
Meteorologist Bill Murray in the Weather Center here at the Alabama Weather Network with your Saturday afternoon update on the Alabama weather situation. And we've got clouds across much of Alabama this afternoon, not really blanking out the sun. We'll see that in a minute on the sky cams. Not much in the way of showers, but lots of showers and thunderstorms back to the west. We had a few showers in the western panhandle, also here in Mobile and Baldwin counties. More activity in Mississippi, and of course, the further back to the west you go, you definitely have more. We've got a tornado watch now in effect for parts of eastern Texas, western Louisiana, a good bit of Arkansas. We've had severe thunderstorm warnings here in eastern Texas, central Louisiana. We've actually had severe thunderstorm warnings and even a tornado warning here around Hot Springs County, a tornado near New de Roche a short time ago that was actually reported on the ground. You saw that purple polygon there that would be a confirmed tornado. All this activity pushing to the east ahead of a very strong trough of low pressure and a fairly strong cold front that will be bringing all of this activity into Alabama late tonight and through the morning hours on Sunday. Here we have an exercise in cloud cover. Mostly cloudy skies in Huntsville this hour, 74 degrees. As we go to the south to Hoover, we see partly sunny skies, actually becoming really partly cloudy. It was partly sunny a little while ago. Looks a little more ominous now in Montgomery. Before they were partly cloudy. Got some darker looking clouds there now, but 84 degrees in the capital city. Actually reached 86 degrees in Birmingham. These are taken off the hourly observations. 89 degrees at the Shelby County Airport was actually a record for the day. But as we've said over the last month, their period of record is much shorter. Can't find any 90s on the board. That's the first time in a few days that that's happened. The big story is that we have a severe weather threat overnight tonight. It is a low risk. This is the Storm Prediction Center's slight risk. That's a level 1 out of 5. It covers a good bit of Alabama from Huntsville down through Birmingham, down through Montgomery, Greenville, Atmore, and Gulf Shores, and points to the west, except for this thin stripe of the western Alabama counties here from Washington all the way up to the Shoals. That's part of this level 2 out of 5 risk. That's what we call a slight risk, slightly higher risk that goes back through Mississippi. That's where you see those showers and thunderstorms. They're going to be moving eastward. They should weaken with time as they lose in stability. Now, tomorrow, that line of showers and thunderstorms will continue to push eastward, but the extent of the instability will be more limited to South Alabama. So after 7 a.m., the day 2 severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center is limited to areas south of Montgomery and generally east of I-65. So that's where our main focus will be. The main threat is for damaging winds. Can't rule out an isolated tornado with any kinks we see in the line of thunderstorms tonight. These line segments could tap into the strong winds aloft because we're going to have a very strong low-level jet up at about 5,000 feet, strong winds at about 50 to 60 miles an hour. Those can be translated to the surface by those thunderstorm downdrafts, and we'll be watching for that on radar as we go through the overnight here at the Alabama Weather Network. So through the overnight hours, as we've got big games in Auburn, big games in Tuscaloosa and in Florence, slight chance of a shower here. Can't rule out a shower in Tuscaloosa, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're painting maybe a shower in the vicinity of Auburn, so can't rule that out either. But I think all 3 games are mainly dry. But toward the end of when you're driving home, especially if you have to go west, that's when we'll be watching out. These showers and thunderstorms will be coming out of Mississippi, pushing into the western counties of Alabama around 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock tonight, reaching the Shoals, reaching places like Hamilton, into Lamar and Pickens counties here between 12 and 1 o'clock. By 3 a.m., they're pushing eastward into places like Huntsville and Gunnersville, Coleman, Birmingham. They've pushed east to Tuscaloosa. They're into Bibb, moving into Shelby County. They're approaching Selma, Thomasville, and Chatham. Now, as they go through time, I think the northern part of the lines, generally becomes weaker. But you see on the reflectivity here, we still have some pretty strong segments that could produce those damaging wind gusts. And again, we can't rule out an isolated tornado. Instability a little better over southwest Alabama, particularly in this 3 to about 8 a.m. time frame. We'll be watching that. So in that 3-hour period, the emphasis may shift here to the southern half of Alabama, especially for places like Thomasville, Chatham, Monroeville, over to Andalusia, Atmore, back to Mobile. We'll be watching that line of thunderstorms as it shifts to the southeast. We'll continue to monitor it as it passes through Auburn between 8 and 9 a.m., through Troy, through Andalusia, and moves into the Wiregrass there between 9 and 11 a.m. tomorrow, passing through the Panhandle as well, through Fort Walton, through Destin, through 30A, and Panama City Beach. Now, the good news is it's moving quickly. Now, the bad news is it's moving quickly because we need the rain, and it's not going to have time to produce significant rain. Now, by 1 o'clock tomorrow, when we're getting ready to drop the green flag in Talladega, there could be a few scattered light showers around. This could produce some short rain delays for the Yellowwood 500. We'll talk about that more in just a minute. But skies are going to clear pretty quickly behind the front. We'll notice a strong northwesterly wind. Temperatures will fall back into the 60s overnight. We'll be in the 70s for highs tomorrow. And tomorrow night, by Monday morning, we'll see lows in the 40s in most locations. Birmingham might stay at 50, but most everybody else will be in the 40s except for the coastal counties. And then we will have a beautiful day on Monday with highs in the lower and middle 70s across much of the area, some upper 60s up north. Now, as I said, the line is moving pretty quickly. It's not going to have time to dump a lot of rain. Generally, rainfall amounts over the western part of Alabama are going to be around 1 inch. Some lucky folks might see 1¼ maybe even 1½ inches. That would be super. In the I-65 corridor, about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. For areas east of that, we'll be lucky to get 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain. Now, the wind gusts are going to increase during the evening hours tonight. By 10 o'clock for areas northwest of I-59, they'll be gusting at times to 20 to 25 miles an hour. That could affect the games at Tuscaloosa and at UNA. They'll also notice a little bit of a windy condition in Auburn, but as that line pushes through, winds will gust to 30 to 40 miles an hour. Some of the stronger line segments could produce damaging wind gusts to 60 miles an hour. And behind the front tomorrow, we'll see those winds pick up, gusting at times to 20 to 30 miles an hour. So you'll really notice that feel to the air tomorrow with those wind gusts. That will diminish after sunset tomorrow, especially for the northern half of the area. And while the wind won't go completely calm, it will become a calmer night. The winds will be back a little bit on Monday. Now, putting the whole package together for you, the showers and thunderstorms move into the northwest corner of Alabama tonight around 11 p.m. They sweep through the state overnight ahead of this cold front. A few leftover showers during the day tomorrow, clearing skies pretty quickly behind the front. High pressure builds in. Monday's going to be a beautiful day. Chilly temperatures again Monday night. This secondary front moves through with a reinforcing shot of some cooler and drier air. A few showers could be associated post-frontal with that system. We'll call it a 10% chance of rain on Tuesday. Not much at all. Just going to bring a reinforcing shot of dry air. Wednesday looks beautiful. Wednesday night could be quite chilly with temperatures in the 40s. A few spots maybe even getting in the 30s. Some high clouds move back across on Thursday. Highs will generally be in the 70s up north. With temperatures upper 70s to near 80 down south. Now, another system gets its act together by Friday. That'll be pushing into Alabama Friday night into Saturday. Looks like that system will be a slow mover, perhaps one of these upper lows that could bring showers to our forecast for much of the day on Saturday. Now, tonight at Talladega, if you have friends or if you happen to be camping, at the track, we want you to be making sure that you are keeping track of the weather, because that is very important, especially as this pre-dawn line of thunderstorms approaches the area. Make sure that you know what your safety plan is. Those AM storms will be with us in the morning. A few showers will continue into the early afternoon. Look for wind shifting to the northwest at about 15 miles an hour. The high temperature near 71. Skies will clear out pretty quickly, even though you'll have a splash and dash shower here and there. Your 7-day forecast, a little bit of morning rain. That rain chance about 50%. Look at that high on Wednesday, 67 over North Alabama. That's going to be quite refreshing, below normal after all of these above normal temperatures that we've had. Wednesday night, Thursday morning, some 30s over northern Alabama, and we might actually have to introduce the F word, frost. That is a little bit scary. Saturday, for South Alabama, morning rain, high rain chances in the morning, and then no rain chances through the remainder of the week. We'll be back in the 80s on Tuesday ahead of that front, but a reinforcing shot for midweek. Lows by Thursday morning in the middle 40s, and by Friday morning in the upper 40s, so not bad. We'll be here monitoring the weather all night. James will be back by 11 o'clock or so. We'll be right here live if anything breaks on the Alabama Weather Network.